From a woman taking her bra off during a Rolling Stones concert to another flashing her boobs to Axl Rose of Guns N' Roses, rock concerts have always been a wild ride. In this video, we dive into some of the craziest times in rock history when women let loose and showed their love for their favorite rock stars in the most outrageous ways. Keep watching, because this is going to be wild. Let's get started. The Rolling Stones concert. Rock concerts are famous for their wild, unforgettable moments. The energy is off the charts, the music is loud, and fans sometimes get a bit too enthusiastic. One of the craziest things you'll see at these shows is women lifting their shirts and flashing their favorite rock stars. One of such moments recently happened with the legendary band, the Rolling Stones. The Rolling Stones were in the middle of their 60th anniversary tour, celebrating an incredible 6 decades of rock and roll. This epic tour took them all over Europe, hitting countries like Italy, the UK, Germany, Sweden, France, Austria, Belgium, and the Netherlands. Each concert was a massive event, proving that the Stones could still rock the house and captivate fans of all ages. On one electric night in Madrid, Spain, the venue was packed with thousands of excited fans ready to see their idols live. Mick Jagger, at 79 years old, was as energetic and charismatic as ever, leading the band through a set list of their greatest hits. When they started playing their iconic song, I Can't Get No Satisfaction, the crowd went wild. This 1965 hit is one of their most beloved tracks, and hearing it live was a dream come true for many. As Jagger's voice echoed through the venue and the audience sang along, something unexpected happened. Right in the middle of this high-energy performance, Jagger spotted a blonde woman in the crowd who had taken off her top and was flashing her breasts at him. For a moment, Jagger paused, clearly amused by the bold gesture. The crowd sensed something extraordinary was about to happen. Then, in true rock and roll fashion, Jagger decided to match the fans' audacity. With a grin, Jagger lifted his own shirt, showing his nipples to the audience. The crowd went wild, erupting in a mix of cheers, laughter, and sheer disbelief. It was a spontaneous and playful moment that perfectly captured the rebellious spirit of rock and roll. This particular incident was not surprising at all to Mick Jagger and his bandmates. Since their formation in 1962, the Rolling Stones have been synonymous with wild, high-energy concerts that push the boundaries of live performance. Their shows are legendary, known for their raw energy, unexpected antics, and unforgettable moments. Back in the 60s and 70s, the Stones set the standard for what a rock concert could be. Their performances were a chaotic mix of pounding rhythms, electrifying guitar riffs, and Mick Jagger's mesmerizing stage presence. Fans would pack venues, ready for a night of music that felt more like a rebellious celebration than a mere concert. Every night was an unpredictable spectacle where the energy was as wild as the music. Fans at these concerts have always been known for their wild behavior, with girls going topless, people drinking and dancing. At the infamous Altamont Speedway Free Festival in 1969, over 300,000 fans swarmed the venue, fueled by a mix of alcohol, LSD, and amphetamines. The chaotic atmosphere was amplified by the presence of the Hells Angels, who were hired for security but ended up clashing violently with the crowd. This led to multiple altercations, culminating in a tragic incident where a concert-goer was killed during the Stones' performance of Under My Thumb. Despite the darker moments, most Stones concerts had enthusiastic fan participation. Fans would sing along, dance wildly, and sometimes even rush the stage in their excitement. The atmosphere was electric, with everyone caught up in the moment, creating memories that would last a lifetime. While girls flashing their boobs at Rockstars occasionally happens at Rolling Stones concerts, the next band on our list actually encourages fans to do it. Mötley Crüe concerts. During Mötley Crüe concerts, Tommy Lee, the band's wild and charismatic drummer, introduced the infamous titty cam. This notorious feature encouraged men and women in the audience to expose themselves in public.
Yo, where's the titty cam, dude?
Mötley Crüe was formed in Los Angeles in 1981 by bassist Nikki Sixx, drummer Tommy Lee, guitarist Mick Mars, and vocalist Vince Neil. From the start, they set out to stand apart in the glam metal scene, embracing a wild lifestyle. Their image was as much about their outrageous behavior as their music. Their live shows became legendary for their wild antics and overall sense of chaos, thrilling fans and horrifying critics. The titty cam emerged from this environment of excess and rebellion. In the early 1980s, rock concerts were becoming more elaborate, with bands incorporating sophisticated lighting, special effects, and large video screens. Mötley Crüe saw an opportunity to use these screens in a shocking and entertaining way. The exact start of the titty cam is unclear, but it likely first appeared during the Shout at the Devil tour from 1983 to 1984. This tour, supporting their second album, catapulted them to stardom with its dark themes and aggressive sound. The shows were spectacles of wild antics, with band members often engaging in outrageous behavior, both on and off stage. Tommy Lee, known for his larger-than-life personality, played a central role in the development of the titty cam. During concerts, he would often address the audience, hyping them up and encouraging them to let loose.
You know what? God damn it! I know that y'all got titties in Prince George.
During these interactions, the idea of encouraging female fans to expose their breasts to the camera was born. The images would then be broadcast on the venue's jumbotron, creating a shared moment of shock and excitement for the entire audience. The titty cam quickly became a staple of Mötley Crüe's live shows. It was a perfect fit for the band's image, embodying their commitment to excess and their willingness to flout societal norms. The segment would typically occur during a break in the set, with Tommy Lee taking center stage to rile up the crowd. His call to action, often delivered with explicit language and provocative gestures, was met with enthusiastic cheers from the audience. As the titty cam gained notoriety, it also attracted its fair share of criticism. Many people were appalled by the display of nudity and the encouragement of public indecency. Critics argued that it was exploitative and inappropriate, especially given that concerts were often attended by young fans. Despite the backlash, Mötley Crüe remained unapologetic, viewing the controversy as part of their brand. Over the years, the titty cam has evolved, but has always remained true to its roots. The band has continued to incorporate it into their live shows, even as they have aged and their audience has changed. For many fans, it is a beloved tradition, a moment of unfiltered rock and roll excess that harks back to the band's early days. For others, it is a problematic relic of a bygone era, a reminder of the more controversial aspects of the band's legacy. If you think the titty cam is shocking, wait until you hear about the time a girl climbed on stage and stripped at a Guns N' Roses concert. Gun N' Roses concerts. Guns N' Roses, led by the unpredictable Axl Rose and the legendary guitarist Slash, are famous for their wild, high-energy concerts. Formed in Los Angeles in 1985, their live shows quickly became known for chaos, excitement, and unforgettable moments. One particularly wild moment happened on March 16, 2013, in Melbourne, Australia. The band was delivering a powerful and raw performance, and the crowd was roaring with excitement, singing along to every word. Axl Rose, with his unmistakable voice and magnetic stage presence, had the audience in the palm of his hand. As the night progressed, something extraordinary happened. Midway through the concert, Axl paused to address the crowd. With a mischievous grin, he introduced a young woman as Australia's Got Talent. The spotlight shifted to her as she confidently walked onto the stage. The crowd watched in anticipation, unaware that they were about to witness a moment that would go down in rock history. In a move that stunned everyone, she lifted her top, revealing her bare chest to thousands of fans. The reaction was immediate and intense. Cheers, gasps, and laughter erupted. Some fans were shocked, others amused, and a few even outraged, but the spectacle didn't end there. She proceeded to perform a bizarre trick, flicking popcorn from her breasts. The audience was both bewildered and entertained. Time Out magazine later described the scene as bizarre and poorly executed, noting the fairly average tits of the performer and criticizing the concert's overall ambiance as resembling a $2 shop with dreadful videos and sloppy playing. But it seems this might have been the reviewer's first Guns N' Roses concert, because for longtime fans, this kind of wild behavior is nothing new. People are always getting caught doing crazy stuff. In one concert video, a woman went topless while the band was performing Knockin' on Heaven's Door. Axl Rose, ever the rock and roll icon, reacted by blowing a kiss to her, showing just how commonplace such wild moments are at their shows. Incidents like this add to the band's rebellious image. Their wild behavior, controversial lyrics, and distinctive fashion have become defining aspects of their identity. Guns N' Roses concerts are known for their high energy, unpredictability, and raw power. The band's ability to captivate audiences with their stage presence and musical prowess set a new standard for live rock performances. This legacy of electrifying live shows has inspired countless bands to prioritize their live performances and strive to create memorable concert experiences for their fans. Despite the controversies and challenges they faced, Guns N' Roses music continues to resonate with fans around the world. Their songs have been featured in movies, television shows, and commercials, further cementing their place in popular culture. The band's music has also been covered by numerous artists, demonstrating the enduring appeal and influence of their work. In 2012, Guns N' Roses were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, a testament to their lasting impact on the music industry. Although Axl Rose did not attend the ceremony, the induction recognized the band's contributions to rock music and their influence on future generations of musicians. Next up is another rock star who takes wild behavior to the next level by stripping herself on stage and encouraging fans to join in the chaos. Courtney Love concerts. Courtney Love, the frontwoman of the band Hole, is a true icon of rock and roll rebellion. Known for her raw, unapologetic persona, she has always pushed the boundaries of what's acceptable in the music world. At her concerts, Love is infamous for her unpredictable and rebellious behavior, often stripping on stage and encouraging fans to join in the madness. One unforgettable night in Brazil, Courtney once again proved why she's a rock legend. The anticipation was high as thousands of fans gathered, buzzing with excitement, ready to witness the chaos and charisma of Love's performance. As the lights dimmed and the first chords echoed through the venue, Courtney strutted onto the stage, instantly commanding attention with her provocative outfit and electric presence. From the moment she began, the crowd was hooked. Love's performance was intense, raw, and filled with emotion. She belted out hit after hit, with the audience singing along, captivated by her every move. But as the night progressed, Courtney did something that left the crowd in awe. In the middle of her set, she flashed her breasts to the audience. For longtime fans, this was classic Courtney Love. Hole, formed in 1989, quickly became known for their gritty sound and confrontational stage presence, largely driven by Love's powerful and rebellious persona. At Hole concerts, you could always expect the unexpected. Love's onstage antics ranged from stripping down to her underwear to diving into the crowd, embodying the true spirit of punk rock. One of the most iconic periods for Hole was during the release of their second album, Live Through This, in 1994. Released shortly after the tragic death of Love's husband, Kurt Cobain, the album was a critical and commercial success. Songs like Doll Parts and Violet showcased Love's raw lyrical style and powerful voice, resonating deeply with fans. The album's success propelled Hole into the mainstream, but their concerts remained as wild and unfiltered as ever. Hole's performances were not just about the music, they were a spectacle of rebellion and raw energy. Love often engaged directly with the audience, sometimes in confrontational ways, but always leaving a lasting impression. Her antics, whether smashing guitars or screaming into the microphone, made every show memorable and electrifying. Fans at Hole concerts, much like the band itself, are known for their wild and unpredictable behavior. Courtney Love's raw and unfiltered performances often provoke equally intense reactions from the crowd. Attendees are not just there to listen to music, they are there to be part of an electrifying and chaotic experience. At Hole shows, fans frequently engage in moshing, crowd surfing, and screaming along to every song. The atmosphere is one of shared rebellion and emotional release, where the boundaries between the band and the audience blur. This intense connection often leads to spontaneous and sometimes outrageous acts by the fans, mirroring Love's own unpredictable stage presence. Despite the controversies that often surrounded her, Courtney Love's impact on the rock scene is undeniable. Woodstock, 1969. In music history, the Woodstock Festival of 1969 stands out as one of the wildest and most iconic events ever. Held from August 15 to 18 on a dairy farm in Bethel, New York, this legendary gathering drew over 400,000 people, far exceeding the initial expectation of 50,000. Billed as 3 days of peace and music, Woodstock quickly became a symbol of the 1960s counterculture movement, celebrating freedom, love, and rebellion against societal norms. The heart and soul of Woodstock were its unforgettable performances. Over 4 days, 32 acts took the stage, embodying the spirit of a generation that longed for peace, love, and unity. One standout moment was when The Who delivered an electrifying set, playing hits like Pinball Wizard and My Generation. The performance ended with the lead guitarist smashing his guitar, creating an iconic moment in rock history. However, the most legendary performance was Jimi Hendrix's on the final day. Playing to a smaller crowd, his rendition of The Star-Spangled Banner captured the chaotic spirit of the 60s, becoming a defining moment of Woodstock and a symbol of the counterculture movement. Amid these legendary performances, the festival's atmosphere was marked by its free-spirited and wild nature. Women often went nude, and many attendees engaged in skinny dipping and other forms of public nudity, embracing the festival's vibes of liberation and free love. These relaxed attitudes towards nudity and sex were part of a broader rebellion against conservative societal norms. Despite its idyllic vision, Woodstock faced numerous logistical challenges. The massive influx of people led to severe shortages of food, water, and sanitation facilities. Rain turned the festival grounds into a muddy mess, but the crowd's spirit remained unbroken. Attendees shared what they had, supporting each other and creating a sense of community that was as memorable as the music itself. Woodstock's legacy extends far beyond the music. It became a symbol of the 1960s counterculture movement and a defining moment in rock and roll history. The festival demonstrated the power of music to bring people together and promote peace and love, even in the face of adversity. Up next is another wild rock concert where women lost their minds and got naked for rock stars. Led Zeppelin concerts. Before Motley Crue's wild shows, Led Zeppelin's concerts were the peak of rock and roll craziness. Formed in London London in 1968, Led Zeppelin included Robert Plant, Jimmy Page, John Paul Jones, and John Bonham. Known for their wild antics and scandalous behavior, Led Zeppelin set the standard for what it meant to truly live the rock star lifestyle. Their shows were electrifying, not just for the music, but for the sheer chaos that surrounded them. Women often went topless or completely naked, throwing themselves at the band members in a frenzy of adoration and abandon. The band's frontman, Robert Plant, once remarked about his first experiences in America, recalling how the sight of women with bare breasts drove him and his bandmates wild. One of the most infamous wild incidents associated with the band was the shark incident of 1969. While staying at Seattle's Edgewater Inn, drummer John Bonham and the band's tour manager, Richard Cole, reportedly used pieces of a mud shark in a lewd act with a groupie. This shocking event became one of the most scandalous tales in rock history, symbolizing the band's wild excess. Jimmy Page, the band's guitarist, also contributed to their notorious reputation with his controversial relationship with 14-year-old groupie Laurie Maddox. Stories of her being kidnapped and hidden to avoid legal trouble only added to the band's mythos. The band's notorious behavior extended beyond public nudity and into more serious allegations. Drummer John Bonham, known as the Beast, was involved in several violent incidents, including an attempt to rape a journalist on their tour plane, the Starship. As the band members indulged in heavy drug use, their behavior became increasingly erratic. Bonham's alcoholism tragically led to his death in 1980 after he choked on his own vomit following a drinking binge despite, or perhaps because of, the scandals that surrounded them. The band's music and outrageous lifestyle left a lasting mark on rock history. Their ability to attract huge crowds and create passionate fans, even with all the controversies, made them true rock legends. One of the most iconic moments in Led Zeppelin's career came in 1973 during their US tour. The band played 3 sold-out shows at Madison Square Garden in New York City, immortalized in the concert film The Song Remains the Same. These performances captured the essence of Led Zeppelin's live shows, with extended jams, intricate solos, and a palpable connection with the audience. The film, released in 1976, became a cult classic, giving fans a glimpse into the band's on-stage magic. During this tour, Led Zeppelin set attendance records and played to some of the largest crowds in rock history. Notably, at Tampa Stadium in Florida, the band performed in front of over 56,000 fans, breaking the previous attendance record held by the Beatles. Another landmark performance occurred in 1975 at Earl's Court in London, where the band played 5 consecutive nights, each drawing over 20,000 fans. These concerts were a spectacle of sound and vision, featuring elaborate stage effects like a laser show and a giant mirror ball. The setlist included extended versions of fan favorites like Stairway to Heaven, Kashmir, and Dazed and Confused, with each member delivering virtuoso performances. The band's ability to connect with their audience on such a deep level was unparalleled, making their concerts a rite of passage for rock fans. In 1979, Led Zeppelin headlined the Nebworth Festival in England, marking their return to the stage after a 2-year hiatus. Attended by over 200,000 fans, the performance was a triumphant celebration of the band's legacy, showcasing their enduring appeal. The setlist included classics like Rock and Roll, Whole Lotta Love, and Black Dog, each song eliciting rapturous applause from the crowd. Led Zeppelin's concerts during their peak years were characterized by spontaneity and improvisation. They were known for extending their songs with intricate solos and jams, creating unique and unforgettable experiences for their audiences. This approach to live performance set them apart from their contemporaries, solidifying their reputation as one of the greatest live bands in rock history. Today, the cultural impact of Led Zeppelin's concerts is still felt. Their influence on subsequent generations of musicians and fans is immeasurable. Bands like Aerosmith, Guns N' Roses, and Metallica have all cited Led Zeppelin as a major influence, and their music continues to inspire and captivate audiences around the world. Up next is another group of rock stars famous for their wild behavior on stage: Red Hot Chili Peppers concerts. Known for their high-energy performances and unique blend of funk, punk, and rock, the Red Hot Chili Peppers shattered societal norms with their wild stage antics. Formed in 1983, the band consists of Anthony Kiedis, Michael Balzary, Hillel Slovak, and Jack Irons. They quickly became famous for performing nude. Yes, you heard that right. They often took the stage wearing nothing but socks in strategic places, fully embracing their rebellious spirit. The band's tradition of performing naked started in their early days in the Los Angeles club scene. In a 1992 interview with Rolling Stone, Anthony Kiedis explained that they wanted to break down barriers and connect with their audience on a raw, primal level. He explained, "We realized the power and beauty of nudity on stage. One of the most famous moments of the band's naked performances happened at the Kit Kat Club in Los Angeles in 1983. The Red Hot Chili Peppers took the stage wearing nothing but tube socks over their private parts. This bold move not only shocked the audience, but also earned them the nickname Socks on Cock, band. The image of the band members, especially Flea, with just a sock covering their genitals, became a symbol of their rebellious spirit. The sock look became so iconic that the band decided to feature it on the cover of their 1988 Abbey Road EP. The cover showed them walking across the famous Abbey Road crosswalk, wearing nothing but socks. This was a playful tribute to the Beatles' famous album cover and a statement of the Chili Peppers' unique identity. The band's naked performances were not just limited to small clubs. They took their audacious act to larger venues and festivals, much to the delight and shock of their fans. Fans at their shows have been known to get caught up in the chaotic energy, sometimes women going topless or engaging in other bold behaviors to match the band's outrageous stage presence. Their concerts are characterized by high energy, spontaneity, and improvisation, with each show offering a unique and unforgettable experience for the audience. This approach to live performance has set them apart from their contemporaries, solidifying their reputation as one of the greatest live bands in rock history. Their legacy continues to inspire and captivate new generations of fans around the world. The Plasmatics. The Plasmatics, fronted by the fearless Wendy O. Williams, were known for their wild and shocking concerts. Formed in 1977, this punk metal band pushed the boundaries of what was acceptable in live performances, turning their shows into unforgettable spectacles of chaos and rebellion. Wendy O. Williams was famous for her on-stage antics, which included sawing guitars in half with a chainsaw and even firing shotguns during performances. Her fearless approach to performance art didn't stop there. She often performed nearly nude, covering her nipples with electrical tape to avoid obscenity arrests. This daring and provocative stage presence became one of her trademarks and a symbol of the band's rebellious spirit. One of the most notorious incidents occurred in 1981, when Wendy was arrested in Milwaukee for simulating masturbation on stage, and again in Cleveland for simulating sex while wearing only shaving cream. Despite these arrests, she continued to push the envelope, solidifying her and the Plasmatics' place in rock history as boundary breakers. The audience at Plasmatics concerts often mirrored the band's wild energy. Fans would get caught up in the chaos, sometimes going topless in solidarity with Wendy's bold performances. This environment of shared rebellion created a unique bond between the band and their fans, making each show an unforgettable experience. The Plasmatics' influence extended beyond their music. Their fashion, stage presence, and unapologetic attitude became iconic symbols of the punk and metal scenes. Wendy's mohawk, outlandish costumes, and fearless attitude inspired many future artists to embrace their individuality and push the boundaries of performance art. Even decades later, the legacy of the Plasmatics and Wendy O. Williams continues to resonate in the world of rock music. Their concerts remain a benchmark for what it means to truly live the rock and roll lifestyle, blending music with daring performance art to create something truly revolutionary. Rage Against the Machine. Rage Against the Machine, RATM, is a band renowned for their explosive energy and political activism, both in their music and their live performances. One of the most iconic and bold moments in the band's history occurred during Lollapalooza 1993, when the band staged a naked protest against censorship. On that unforgettable day, members of the band, Zach De La Rocha, Tom Morello, Tim Comerford, and Brad Wilk, took the stage completely nude, with the letters PMRC, Parents Music Resource Center, written on their chests. This organization was known for its efforts to censor music deemed explicit. The band members also had black electrical tape covering their mouths to signify being silenced. Instead of playing their scheduled set, they stood in silence for 15 minutes with only guitar feedback filling the air. This powerful statement captivated the audience at first, but as the protest continued, it was met with a mix of excitement, confusion, and hostility. Fans threw coins and expressed their displeasure, but the message was clear. RATM was taking a stand against censorship in a way that no one would forget. Rage Against the Machine's concerts are known for their high-octane performances and intense atmosphere. The band's music, characterized by its blend of rock and rap with revolutionary messages, incites passionate reactions from their fans. The crowd often mirrors the band's raw energy, and it's not uncommon to see fans, including women, going topless in the heat of the moment. This reflects the band's influence and the communal spirit of rebellion and freedom that their music promotes. Beyond this iconic moment, Rage Against the Machine's live shows are renowned for their powerful delivery and electrifying presence. The band's ability to connect with their audience through both their music and their political messages has made their concerts legendary events. Songs like Killing in the Name and Bulls on Parade often turn into anthems of protest, with fans singing along passionately and engaging in the collective energy of resistance that the band embodies. Rage Against the Machine's impact extends far beyond their music. Their live performances serve as a rallying cry for those who feel disenfranchised and are looking to challenge the status quo. Whether through their naked protest at Lollapalooza or their powerful performances, RATM has solidified their place in rock history as a band unafraid to use their platform to speak out against injustice and inspire change. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed watching this video, click on one of the boxes playing on your screen to watch more similar content.